In the meantime, travel to Ireland with me.
Okay, guys, we're walking to the peace walls, we think. He kind of pointed this way. So that's what's happening. It's like 6 p.m. right now. They say like the gates close at 7. Not sure exactly what that means. But he said just keep going this way. All right, y'all. Listen. It says gate opening hours till 2030. Gate opening hours. Woo. I know. It's like, what the hell? This is weird. It's just so interesting that there's a gate. And then what? Mm-hmm. Is this the wall? I think this is the wall. Wait, is this the wall? Child. I don't know. Babe, did it say we're here? Did it say you? Okay. It's like you are here.
Oh, that's what I told you?
No, I don't know. I'm asking you.
So we still got 6 minutes.
Right now, we're walking along what's known as the Peace Walls of Belfast. Despite the name, these walls were built during a time of deep conflict, not peace, and they still stand today as a reminder of Northern Ireland's complicated past.
And again, it's like a wall they built to separate the Catholic side from the Protestant side. This is why even when he like, we're going to build a wall, Mexico and United States, it's like, come on, haven't we had enough of walls in our history of the world? Like, if you ain't been built a wall, really?
The peace walls were first erected in 1969 at the height of what's known as the Troubles, a period of violent conflict that lasted about 30 years, from the late 1960s until the Good Friday Agreement in 1998. They were built to physically separate Catholic nationalist communities from Protestant unionist communities, after riots and violence made it clear that neighbors living side by side were no longer safe.
She killed in the Titanic. Child. Is that what?
What started as temporary barriers, some made of barbed wire and corrugated metal, eventually turned into permanent structures of brick, steel, and concrete. Today, there are still over 90 peace walls and barriers across Northern Ireland, with the majority being right here in Belfast. Some of these walls stretch over 25 feet high and run for miles, higher than the Berlin Wall ever was in many places.
Look at that taxi.
One of the most surprising things is that many of these walls still have gates. And yes, they still close every night. Gate times vary by neighborhood, but many close between 6 p.m. and 7:30 p.m., especially in residential areas. The gates remain because, despite peace agreements, community tensions haven't fully disappeared. For many residents, the walls still represent safety. In surveys, a majority of the people living near the peace walls say they don't feel ready for them to come down, even decades after the violence officially ended. And this was gathered through internet research, not because I personally spoke to anyone. I just want to put that out there because I do know and I do understand that the internet can be very, very wrong, very, very biased, and just not true. So I don't know if that statement is truly valid, but I wanted to include it for discussion's sake.
Yeah. He said first it started out at 6 feet tall. Then it went higher. I think like the 20 feet, probably that second part right there. And then it went higher, probably that gate part up there.
The Northern Ireland government has stated a goal to remove all peace walls, but only with community consent. For some people, these walls symbolize division. For others, they're a form of protection. That tension is why change here happens slowly, and hopefully it can happen with great intention.
No, it was separating the Catholic side
Oh,
and the Protestant side.
what's the Protestant?
Protestant are like Christians, Protestant. Like if you was
Christian.
Protestant.
So if I was Christian and there was Catholic?
No, Catholics are Christians too, all
Okay.
like a form. You know how some people are Baptist?
What transforms these walls from barriers into storytelling spaces are the murals. Some murals honor victims of the Troubles, others celebrate civil rights, peace, identity, or global movements, including tributes to Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., and international solidarity struggles.
I know. Be like, can we have a ride home? So it's funny that they all kind of stop around this one, around this place.
CASPO.
It's yeah.
And that's when the tension really ratchets up. So sometimes then the gates are closed automatically. So you can't move from here to there. You've got to go right down into Belfast city centre and then come up along the other side.
It looks like this is the wall.
You'll notice that murals change often. They're repainted, updated, or replaced as conversations evolve, which makes this wall a living history, not one frozen in just the past. What's powerful is that many of these neighborhoods are now seeing tourism, art walks, and guided tours, something unimaginable during the height of the conflict. People who once lived through daily fear now tell their stories to visitors, not to reopen wounds, but to prevent history from repeating itself. Walking along the peace walls isn't just about learning history. It's about understanding how peace is a process, not a movement. These walls tell a story of pain, protection, resilience, and healing. Whether they come down in our lifetime or not, they force us to confront what it really takes to live together, not just after conflict, but before conflict even starts.
Security, separation, perception, reality, fear, trust, belief. All right, y'all, it's 6:41. Y'all seen that gate closes, right? So we need to book it and get back. Worst case scenario, there's always call a cab and bring us around the wall. But for now, we need to come on. Look, guys, hold on. We're looking at the candy. Look, they have salted caramel Twix. That this right here, this toffee crisp, it looks like it's like Reese PC cup, but it's toffee crisp. It's made by Nestle. Again, it's like when you look at all the different candies. That's normal in other countries that we don't have. And we made it on the other side of the wall. That's why we're chillaxing right now. I can't.
So you don't want to go to the pizzeria shop over here?
No, I want to go this way.
I'm good for justice, not freedom.
No, baby, let me get in front of you. Because then I was getting your thing.
Association.
What's interesting says women's pay victory may open floodgate. Women wins long fight for pay equality. And you see on her pants she has like a measuring cup. There's a typewriter and a phone signifying she can only be a secretary or somebody's cook. You see brushes in her hair, like scrub brushes and combs, meaning she could be a hairdresser.
40% of the women workers for income in Northern Ireland are part-time workers. These women are almost always badly paid. They work without health benefits, holiday, entitlement, or pension.
So you see she has like hairstyling tools on her right here. It says the 7 lowest paid jobs in Northern Ireland are almost totally done by women. And these jobs are secretaries, 99%, domestics, 98.9%, rag trade, shop assistants, cleaners, waitressing, bar work, and clerks. And right here it says, she's engaged, she's lovely, she uses pawns. Exactly. Meaning some man chose her. Ooh. Women do 2/3 of the world's work, receiving only 2% of the world's income, and own less than 1% of the world's assets. Don't play with it. She got a spatula on her buttocks and a strainer on her other buttocks. Women do 2/3 of the work, receive 2% of the world's assets. Like mother, like daughter, both say goodbye dandruff. She has pacifiers in her ear, yawn in her hair. The fastest growing section of the labor force are married women in part-time employment. This work is only one part of a mother's working day.
I can't get you out of my mind. It's like I feel it for the first time. Been thinking about you all night. I've been searching for this all my life. You're just my type.